Okay, I want to welcome each and every one of you to day 3 of the Forex Education Bootcamp. My name is Oladapo Onodipe, and it's going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be an excellent time, and it's going to be a great time. Today is day 3. On the 1st of November 2023, we started this bootcamp. Yesterday was day 2. Today is the ultimate day. Today is the final day where everything eventually comes together. And so if you are here and your friends are not here, you need to reach out to them because we are running right away. We are running right away. So let's go. The mindset of a profitable trader. For those on IG, you'll just be able to listen because you can't be able to view the screen. So I go right ahead. The mindset of a profitable trader. If you look at my screen, that picture you see, what does it symbolize to you? Put it on the chat. For those of you that are in the house, please just put it on the chat. That image you see in front of you, what imagery does it paint for you? What impression does it give you? What do you see as you look at it? I'm waiting. Somebody say you can't see the image. Well, the image is right there. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, sorry. Let me go out. Let me stop and then we share. I hope my system is not behaving funny today. I'm coming. I want to reshare the screen. Okay, sorry about that. Let me go back to share the screen. I hope my system behaves itself because we are about to run. Okay. What's happening with my Zoom? I'm coming. Okay. So just give me 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm coming. Let me minimize this, put my screen on, and then start sharing afresh. Okay. So I hope it's ready now. Okay. Okay. I hope I'm sharing my screen now. If I'm sharing my screen, please confirm that you can see the screen. Please confirm that you can see the screen. Okay. Okay, great. So I'm going to do that again. Let me move now. I'm going to do that once more. Okay. Okay, so please tell me, now that I'm sharing the screen again, what exactly can you see? What exactly can you see? What does this image or this imagery, what picture does it paint for you as you look at it? Put it on the chat. Put it right there on the chart. When you look at that, what information does it pass on to you? Okay, let me see the feedback I'm getting. Okay, I see dedication and joy. Dedication and joy. I don't know. My mouse is really, really acting up. So we'll just go on. That's great. Thank you for your feedback. So when we talk of the mindset of a profitable trader, what do we mean? What exactly are we talking about? Well, mindsets, the mind. The human body is made up of three components. You have the body, which you live in. You have the soul, which is the mind. And the physical one is the brain. You have the spiritual, which is something I usually talk about in my educational series on the spiritual side of success. And I do it every Friday, 8 a.m. West African time on my IG, and that's my IG handle. So you can join me for that. I won't go into details about that today. I'm going to focus on the mind. Now, when we talk of the mind, I see it like the central processing units, of the body. The body is the physical one that you can see. We live in it. Actually, I would say we rent it because we have a time in which we'll stay in the body. And when that time is over, the man's soul separates from the body, and then the body is buried, 6 feet on the ground. So the mind of a man or the soul at times is used interchangeably, but I will use the mind. Now, the mind is that is involved in thinking. So when you are thinking, your mind, the faculties of it will help you to think, will help your imagination. And I dare say, if you lack imagination, you can't be successful. It will aid your memory. It will aid you with your willpower, your senses, and your emotions. All of these are all components of your mind. And you need to understand that for you to really know how the mind works. So when we say the mindset, we are talking of a mind and the way the mind perceives things, the way the mind understands things. And when we're born, we have a mind that is very impressionate. We have a mind that, virtually everything that gets on it is like a virgin ground. Every imprint, it's easy for the mind to be impressionable. And most times, a lot of the things that we do, even in adulthood, they were, imprinted on our minds. And so take, for example, when you are growing up as a kid, you want to take the big meats on the plates, and then you get a knock on your head, especially if you are, in Africa, and they tell you, are you a thief? Why do you want to go for the big meats? And then they give you the small one, And over time, your mind may associate, big things or big achievements as beyond you. Because as a child, you were already being conditioned to think in a particular way. Then also, the way our educational system is, it conditions us to look for work. It doesn't train us to be entrepreneurs. So our mind is conditioned, like Robert Kiyosaki would say, go to school, get a job, work all your life there, retire, and live on pension. So a lot of people, that is their mindsets. That is the way they think, and that is the way they do things. So when later in life, they now begin to meet financial crisis, they begin to wonder, nobody told me about this. How come the most important things, which is, how to live, how to survive, how to make money, I was never taught in school? So these are things that are shaping you, your environment, depending on how you grew up and what environment you grew up. It will help your mind, your ability to imagine things, your ability to think outside the box, and all of this. So these things, they affect the mind. And ultimately, your mind is set, is cast, is set in a way that those are the ways you do your things. Everything is very arbitral, and you just do things in one direction. So that is the mind. And when your mind is set in a way that it doesn't help you to achieve greatness, in a way that it doesn't help you, to achieve those goals you want, then you know that it's very important that you need to unlearn some of those things and eventually relearn them, so that you can now have a mind that works in your best interests. If you are getting value so far, put 555 on that chart. You are getting value so far, put 555 on that chart. I want to be sure I'm communicating, and I want to be sure that, you are getting value as we speak. Thank you very much. So for the mind to work in your best interests, it needs to be trained. It needs to be groomed. It needs to be cultivated. Because look at the mind like a virgin ground. When a farmer goes on a virgin land, what does he do? He clears all the trees. He, he tilts the floor. He breaks up the fallow ground so that air can enter the soil, so that water can enter the soil, so that by the time he puts his seed into the soil, the seed can germinate. And when the seed starts germinating, he will nurture it. He will put water. He will put manure. And if they are tender ones, he will put an edge around it, and so on and so forth. That is the way you and I have to tend our mind, so that our mind can work in our best interests. And our educational system is part of what trains our mind. But like I said, unfortunately, the way our system is, it only teaches people how to be, people that work in a system. It doesn't teach entrepreneurship. And so if you are just limiting yourself to only education you get in the four walls of a university, I'm sorry, those skills you have there, they may not help you survive the 21st century. So it's very important you understand that. Financial intelligence is one of those skills that you need to give your mind in order to train your mind. And so we talk about an entrepreneurial spirit and understanding what enterprise is, understanding what it is or what it means to be an entrepreneur. These are things that you need to learn, and it takes time to learn them. Because some of us, we have our fixed ways of doing things. And if things are not, one way, it doesn't, work. These days, you see a lot of people complaining, oh, government this, government that. But I'm telling you, government will not do everything. You need to rise up and know that the care of your family, the care of your loved ones, you need to take responsibility for it. And it is you acquiring some other skills that will help you to be able to weather the storm. One of those things that also helps the mind is when you set goals. Can I see goal setting on the charts? Can I see goal setting on the charts? It's one of those things that help the mind, because when you set goals, and I don't mean goals that are just at your arm's length. Did you hear me? The goals I'm talking about, they are not the ones at your arm's length, because when you set goals at your arm's length, it doesn't stretch you. But when you set goals that, they are high up, it's going to stretch you. It's going to make you, to want to think. And it's going to want to make you to want to stretch in order to achieve those goals. And when you start doing that, it will, set up your imagination, and your mind begins to wander into those goals. Take, for example, maybe you are planning that you want to be a real estate mogul, maybe having estates all over the world. In your mind, you must see those estates. You must see those estates in your mind. You must go into those estates in your mind. You must open the doors. You must lie on the bed, and so on and so forth. Your mind must go far. And as your mind, keeps going far into the future, then your imagination begins to develop. And the truth is that as, your imagination keeps stretching because of those goals, then your body will start to align with those goals. And gradually, you start to change your mindsets. What I see with a lot of people is that with their mouths, they say, I want to go to point A. But with their action, they remain static where they are. You know why? Because their mind has not moved to point A. In fact, their yesterday in their own mind is better than their tomorrow. So there is nothing exciting them. There is nothing that wakes them up from bed. Let's go, let's go. Because everything is just flat. The mind is not walking towards any goal. So it just stays in its comfort zone. And you know what they say about the comfort zone? It is your broke zone. So anytime you are in your comfort zone and you are comfortable and you just want to stay there, you don't want to improve, you don't want to grow, you don't want to learn new things, maybe learn a new language, maybe learn a new skill, maybe go for a master's program or one thing or the other, know something new that would make your brain to, keep vibrating and keep desiring to move forward, then I'm telling you, you are not developing your mind, and your brain will not work and your mind will not work in your best interest. So you need to develop yourself so that you have the better version of yourself. I repeat, you need to develop yourself so that you can have the better version of yourself, because it's that better version of you that, people want to see. And that's the version that has value. And it's only men and women of value that people want to associate themselves with. One of those things also, as you begin to develop your mind, is that you need to have daily affirmation. You need to tell your mind where you are going. And gradually, your mind will begin to, what is hearing, it will begin to believe it and begin to walk in that direction. So I have my affirmation right in front of me. And I just want us to take that affirmation wherever you are. I want us to take it together. So, can we have this affirmation? I am rich. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am healthy. I am stronger. I am a champion. I am a force for God. I step up, therefore, I believe. So that can be your daily affirmation, you know, affirming that you are rich. Your condition may say otherwise, but that's not the issue. It is, as you keep saying it, it keeps going into your mind, it goes into your subconscious mind, and gradually your body physiology begins to respond towards that which you have said. It starts to respond the way a rich man should respond. Because if you only have a poverty mindset or a mentality, you can't do much. Because every time your mind will keep programming you. Maybe you want to go on a vacation, and then your mind will tell you, oh, you want to spend so much on vacation? No, 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 no. You cut it off. Maybe you want to, go on a treat, maybe a date, take your family out, or one thing or the other. Your mind will just come, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, this, that. It will shut it down. And you see, as long as you allow your mind to keep shutting and shutting and shutting, it won't allow your mind to move forward. So what do you tell yourself in those situations? Don't tell yourself, I can't afford it. Tell your mind, how can I afford it? Put it on that chart. How can I afford it? There are two different things. You may not have what you want, but whatever you tell your mind is what will eventually predominate. So there is something, you don't have enough money in your pocket, it's okay. But you need to tell your mind, stop telling your mind, I can't afford it. Stop it. As long as you tell your mind there, you will never be able to afford it. Rather, ask your mind, how can I get that money? And then gradually, some ideas may begin to come up. Oh, why don't you put the money here? Why don't you invest it there? Why don't you look at this? Maybe you can sell this because you have excess of it. Gradually your mind will give you an idea. And if you work on it, it may produce the results. But what I see with a lot of people is that they keep shutting down their minds. Anytime any idea comes, they shut it down because they are looking at money. I tell people when they come and I'm guiding them on the path of entrepreneurship, when you are drawing up a business proposal, the last thing you should talk about is money. You know why? Some people that don't understand, because the way the mind is wired, when the first thing you think about is money, you just shut it down. So don't let money be the first thing you think about. You want to do a business, write down the business plan, look at the proposal, start developing prototypes, models. How do you want the business to run? Is it online? Is it physical? Continue. Then at the end of the day, the last thing you may now think of is the budget. But by the time you're thinking of budget, you may have run that idea 80% through. So your mind is excited. Your mind wants to make it happen. So when it sees money as an obstacle, money will no longer be his obstacle. You know why? Because he's already seeing the future. But for some of you, you look at the money, say this idea is not working. And what I'm telling you is very practical. And I will share a practical example for you. Sometime in the year 2010, okay, 2019, yeah, 2019, let me go a bit back. I was preparing for my final exam as a resident. I was already a doctor. I was doing my postgraduate training to be an eye specialist. And so I had a friend we used to come to the doctor's lounge, and then he used to come with series of Robert Kiyosaki's book. And then I saw Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And when I started reading, I couldn't put it down. Then I started reading other Robert Kiyosaki books. And the one that caught me was Retire Young, Retire Rich. And I'm telling you, from that time, I'm talking of 2009, 2010, I told myself I will retire at the age of 50 rich. And, you know, from that time, and I think around that time, I was just in my early 20s. That became my obsession. I wanted to retire from medicine at the age of 50, but not just retire ordinarily, retire rich. And that idea is still in my head. I'm a few months away from that age. But with what I am heading for, I'm very confident that I will retire at that age. So this was something that God stirred up in me by reading that book. And I'm telling you, it has really driven me, you know, forward in my trajectory of life. Of course, in fact, I stopped reading my medical books as aggressively as I used to when I was reading that book. And, you know, by the time I finished reading that book, I already saw myself 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. So when I go back and read my medical books, I was understanding it. I was, you know, assimilating it faster. I was telling myself, exam, clear, clear, clear. I have other things ahead of me. I have better vision. I have a brighter future. I want to go and succeed. And of course, when I went for the exam, it was a walk away. And by the time I finished the exams, you know, I got a better paying job. And, you know, things just started changing. I bought a brand new car. And, you know, the trajectory of my life just, you know, changed, you know, drastically. That was because my mind was already at work. And that book, it helped to condition my mind. So the picture you have right before you was me celebrating a year as an educator on Go Live, a platform where I was until I retired or I left last month. And you can see this was 1 year. If you like what you are seeing, let me see some fire emoji. Let me see some excitement on the charts. Come on, let's go. If you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're seeing, because what you celebrate is what you attract. What you celebrate is what you attract. If you like what you're seeing, let me see some fire emojis on that chart. Let me see some excitement on that chart. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's make it happen, man. So that was me, a year as an educator on the platform. So I joined the platform April 2020. I became an educator April 2021. So this was, I think, May, because we started really in May. So May 2021 to the following year. So that was a 1 year period. And you can see that's me, known as the surgical precision master. You can see the SP master. That's what they call me because of the accuracy of my trade. In the 1 year period, I took 408 live analysis. People joined my session and I was able to analyze 408 in a year. Averagely, if we say 408 in a year, that's like 40 in a month, give or take. And of those 408, I had 371 complete reactions. That's 371 was complete, and 37 only 37 only was incomplete. And that gave a win ratio of 90.9% accuracy. I'm not seeing the fire emojis. I'm not seeing the excitement. But you see, before I could come here, it had to take a mindset shift because I'm a medical doctor and I'd never traded before. So 2 years into this opportunity and 1 year as an educator, that's the kind of result I got because I was able to get a mind shift, a mindset shift. And that's what changing your mindset in order to work in your best interest. And when your mindset shifts, your body will follow. Your body will follow. Now I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, have my prayers, do my Bible study, and usually at times by maybe 6 a.m. or at times 7 a.m., I'm already on the charts and do like 1 hour or at most 2 hours on the charts. And most times I'm done in the morning. Then I get ready to go to my office where I see my patients. If there are surgery days, I do my surgery. So that's the kind of life that's, a change of mindset is helping me to be able to live. And there was a mistake here. This is 2022 life analysis trading results. So, I started in 2021. So the result was 2021 up to 2022 because I didn't start in January. So we looked at the whole of 2022 results. And we had 229 complete analysis and only 26 incomplete. And that gave a win accuracy of 90%. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see some SP on that chart. Let me see some SP on that chart. So those are the kind of results that, we've been getting in the community because the strategy is good and the mindset is right. A lot of people come to trade and they do things that are not in their best interests. Somebody is trading and is on his phone. Somebody is trading and is, doing other things. And, the person misses ideas. He has a wrong entry. He keeps losing money, but he keeps doing it every day. There are people, because they are not disciplined, they make money with the educator on the session. They've hit their target for the day. They go later in the day. They see one sweet-looking move. They enter it. And then maybe that's the move that will withdraw their profits. And that's how they will be going up and down. It's because your mind has not been disciplined. It's because your mind is yet to be cultured. The cultivation is not adequate. So the seed that you are trying to sow is not germinating. And so that is where mindset has a lot to do with trading. Trading, like I tell people, is very simple. It's a click of a few buttons. In fact, a 5-year-old can trade. But what is key is being a profitable trader. Is being a trader that week in, week out, he grows his or her accounts. This week, for those that are in my community, we have had 5 analysis this week. On Monday, because I didn't have any session, I sent a live idea. We call it swipe. It was complete. On Tuesday, we had a community session. We took one idea, it was complete. On Wednesday live, one idea complete. On Thursday live, one idea complete. Today, I didn't trade because yesterday I had hit my targets. That's part of the discipline of a trader. I was doing something and I saw a very beautiful setup. I sent that setup as a swipe to my community. I did not take it because I had already hit my target yesterday. Although I will have taken it because when I send swipes, I always take them to validate the results. So this week, we've had 5 live analyses, and all 5 have been complete reactions. And I tell people also, when you come to trading, a lot of people, they want quantity. No, quality is better. Imagine if you took only 5 this week and they were all profits with $100, maybe 200, maybe 500, maybe 1,000. Imagine what your account will look like by today being Friday. Of course, Fridays, I tell my students, those are the days of withdrawal. And every Friday is a feast day in my house. And why do I do that? I tell my brain, you have done well this week. Thumbs up. Next week, let's repeat it again. And I'm telling you, because of that mindset, next week we do the same or even better. And that's how you train your mind and condition it to work in your best interests. So these are some of the analyses we had this week. You can see it, AUD, USD, bullish 5 minutes, 461 to 469. And it was a complete reaction. You can see the one on top, that is before. You can see it. I pointed the arrow, waiting for it to hit that base and go up. And you can see exactly what it did. That is 1 minute. The first candle is the before, the lower one is the after. The lower one is 1 minute candle. So you can count 5 candles and you will see that's a complete reaction. This was one of the days also. This is Euro USD bullish for 5 minutes, 899 to 912, another complete reaction. And you can see it before, you can see it after. The third one is Euro USD, bearish 5 minutes, 125 to 157, complete reaction. You can see the before on top, you can see the after. And this was the one I sent today on the group, which, you know, a lot of you rejoiced after. Look at the before and look at the after. So these were, you know, analysis that we had this week. And it's been a wonderful, it was an immaculate week. 5 analyses and all complete. In my own personal accounts, I took 7 and they were all complete. So 100% this week. And I'm so excited because I'm looking forward. I can't wait for Monday to come. Who is excited and waiting for Monday to get started? For Monday to occur? Who is excited that Monday is coming and, you know, it's going to be a whole new level? It's going to be a whole new level, you know, because this week it was 100%. And that was awesome, awesome, awesome. So one of those things you also need, you know, to help you in your journey to become a profitable Forex trader is you need a mentor. A mentor is a legal shortcut to success. So for you to succeed, you need a mentor. And when you come into our community, you're going to be so blessed because you're going to have me mentoring you. And I have my track record as an individual. And I also have record of people who have been mentored. They've mastered the skill now. And as we now go forward, you know, being guided, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a film. The next 90 days are gonna be off the hook. So in any field you want to succeed, just look for a mentor. Stay connected to the person, follow the person's instructions, and your success will spring forth as the morning sun. You know why? Because the mentor already knows the road. So if you follow him, you will not get lost. In our local parlance, they say, follow him who know road. And with that, you can succeed. What price are you willing to pay for the price? A lot of people, they want things for free. I'm sorry, I don't belong to that school of thoughts, because things that are free, usually they don't have value and people don't value them. So what price are you willing to pay? And the price you are willing to pay will determine how successful you can be. How do you define success? What is success to you? Success to me may be different from success to you. For you, success may be $100 a month. For somebody else, success is $1,000 a month. For somebody else, it's $10,000. So you need to define what your success is as you walk towards it. You need to know the difference between price and value. Price is the label you put on something. Value is what you get out of what you've paid for. For me, 3.5 years ago, I had an option of maybe going for a master's program that I'll get a physical certificate, or going for an online entrepreneurial journey. I opted to go for an online entrepreneurial journey. I paid $235 a month for the online training for like a year. That came to like maybe $2,000 plus for a year of education. After that year, I graduated from the school, became an educator, and I'm telling you, the money I spent in that year, just a bit over $2,000, has been worth far, far more than the actual money I spent. The value I got from that 1 year study as a digital entrepreneur is priceless. Because some people, they go for master's program, they spend $20,000, $30,000, and then after that, they start looking for a job, and they don't, live a quality life. So you need to know and ask yourself, how much are you willing to pay for what you want, for the value that you want to get? If you are not ready to pay, sorry, this opportunity is not for you, because you need to give something in order to take something. So you need to get rid of that mindset that tells you that, no, you must get everything for free. You will never make progress in that way. So in conclusion, I haven't said all of this. What next should be the question in your mind. Are you going to take action? For some of you here, it is, I'm going to go think about it. And for some people, they will do nothing. That is how life is. Everybody's mind has been programmed in a way. Some will see it. They'll say, it's not for me. I can't succeed there. Oh, this is too risky. Oh, this, that. Well, I told you, I'm a medical doctor with no experience in Forex trading. So if I could learn it in my 40s or even mid-40s, some of you are even younger and more IT savvy. Some are even older. But there is no limit to, what your mind can do if you allow it to. So for those who are ready to take action, let me see ready on the charts. For those of you that are ready to take action, let me see ready on the chart. For those of you that are ready to take action, let me see ready on the chart. Let me see ready on the chart. If you are ready to take action, let me see ready on the chart. Let me see ready on the charts. If you are ready to take action, let me see the word ready on the charts, because we are about to take this thing to a whole new level. So who is ready? Who is ready? Who is ready? Who is ready to take this to the very next level? Those are the people I want to work with, because we have an academy known as the Surgical Precision Academy. And we're going to get started, brand new on Monday. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hold everyone by the hand. And we're going to, start with our goals. We're going to ask ourselves, how much do we want to earn in a week in terms of percentage? Trading 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5% every day. Can we work towards 10, 15% a week? If we do 10% a week, can we do 40% a month? If we can do that a month, can we replicate that in 3 months? Can we do 100% in 90 days? That is where we are going to. And I'm telling you, 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day, that's all you need. And 3 days of trading, I've practicalized it this week. 3 days of trading, that's okay. Hit your daily target, 2 trades a day, close your account 5%. 2 trades a day, close your account 5%. 2 trades a day, close your account 5%. Let's see if we can do 10, 15% a day. There are no guarantees. There will be days of highs, there will be days of low. So if we can do 10% consistently, let's see where we get to at the end of 90 days. So I'm only interested in people who are ready to lock hands with me for 90 days. I don't want people who say, oh, I just want to check. Let me just see. If it works, I stay. If it doesn't work, no. Please keep your money. Because truly, this opportunity is not for everybody. But if you think it's for you and you are ready, I want you to DM me with the word ready. I want you to DM me with the word ready. Please, can somebody drop the link of the Telegram channel on the chats? Can somebody drop the link of the Telegram channel on the chats? Please drop the link of the Telegram channel on the chats so that, you know, some of the people who are ready. And in fact, I want, you know, so drop that. And if you get registered tonight, I'm going to have a special session to welcome you next week. I won't tell you the date, but I'm going to have a special session to welcome you next week. So I want to see those who are ready. So the Telegram link is there. You can click on it and be part of the Telegram group. And when you get to the Telegram group, please put there that you are ready. I'm going to send the link for you to get started. Getting started is $120. I told you I paid $235 monthly for my education. So for me to be offering you at $120 is a giveaway. And every month you renew with $100. Why am I doing this? Some people will ask, because they know education is more expensive than what I'm giving it. I'm doing it because I know that a lot of people are struggling. In fact, in my last opportunity, a lot of people in Nigeria and Africa, they couldn't continue because the exchange rates went so high and they couldn't cope. But I was able to weather the storm. So I'm doing it so that some of you can take advantage of this opportunity, because things are only going to get more challenging. I'm not a doomsday prophecy, but you can already see it, especially those in Nigeria and then in African countries. I remember somebody got in touch with me from Angola, and he was telling me things are tough. He's not able to, you know, continue with his online education and things like that. So this is an opportunity. If you miss it, sorry, that won't be my fault, because it will not be as low as this forever. As we, you know, add more value, as we evolve, things will the value we'll give will be more, and the cost will also be more. So if I were you, I will get started right away. Get started tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. So DM me ready, either on IG or the Telegram link is there on the Zoom. So click on it and be on the Telegram group and also put ready. I'm going to send you the details of how the form, how you can get registered. For now, payments is by crypto. Either you use USDT, Tron, or you use Bitcoin. Those are the payment platforms or options for now. But if you are having challenge, somebody in admin will help you sort it out, especially those who may want to pay in Naira. So somebody will help you sort it out, and then gradually you understand the online space. When I got here too, I didn't know Bitcoin, I didn't know Ethereum, I didn't know broker platform, I didn't know anything, you know. But today, I can operate all these things. Today, I'm sure I didn't have a dumb account then. But today, I have pound, I have dollar, I have euro accounts, because this opportunity has changed my world. And my desire and my prayer for you is that it will also change your world, and it will help you to live the better kind of life that you've desired, so that you can be a source of blessing, inspiration to all others. So, ladies and gentlemen, we bring in the boot camp to an end today. Everything good has a beginning and has an end. So the recording will be dropped in the Telegram group. So if you've not watched any of the recordings, please get the link to the recordings and watch it. It's gonna be on my YouTube channel. So go look for me on YouTube. Oladapo Onodipe is my name on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification, so that when I drop, these videos, you can always watch them. I'm also on IG. My name on IG is Oladapo Official. Please, I have just one IG handle. Don't fall into the arms of scammers. I will never ask you for money. I would rather ask you to get education. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful 3 days. If you've enjoyed yourself, let me see it on the chat. Let me see your excitement. Let me know you've enjoyed yourself. And definitely, I look forward to seeing you in the academy.